creative writing classes wrote the stories, and then, go ahead,
Oh, yes.
Michelle, then pick it up.
Then the art classes, they drew the images, and then, go ahead.
And then the graphic design students made the front cover and then put all the word and text together so then it could all become a book.
Yep.
Coloring books.
The kids.
And where were they printed?
In the art room.
They're brilliant.
I think that was what she
I love
yeah.
that
Oh,
choice, though. I love it.
Is that Caitlin? Yeah, that's Caitlin.
Is there like a common theme to the books, or did you just let kids?
You have like a children's story lesson.
I do. Basically, it's just we look at children's stories first, and we look at the elements of children's stories, and the requirement is for them to write a story that has a plot structure to it. But the challenge is just try to also come up with a rhyme scheme, rhythm, stick with language that is specific to a specific age group, and so this is what they came up with. It's pretty.
And
awesome.
So, how many students in all participated in this?
Gosh, maybe. We pulled, well, all my classes did the activity, but we pulled from,
like anywhere from 15, it's like 15 to 18 stories total that we used.
yeah.
But the amount of kids that worked on it were probably at least, I had 2 of my classes, you had one class, and you had
Yeah, two
classes, so
Actually,
it
and
was over
then my
100
second
kids that
semester,
kind of helped, had a hand in all the different parts of it.
Yeah.
And these are all
3 kids did each book.
and these are all totally original. Did you
Yeah, totally original. Yep. And my second semester, some of the kids actually did a little bit more of a specific assignment where they had to do it's called a fish out of water. So they had to put a character in a situation that they wouldn't normally be in. So it's even more kind of complex. But a lot of these are from first semester. So. For me, it was just like, I have 2 kids of my own, and I personally read kids' stories all the time, and it's one of those writing tasks that is deceptively complex. And people think that it's a lot easier than what it is. But for the students, it was really an opportunity for them to kind of put their kid hat back on and find the joy in kids' stories again, and so that was pretty awesome.
And how long did everything take? I mean, from start to finish?
Well, to write the stories, I would say probably took a couple of weeks. With introducing the task and all of that, and drafting, and then finally coming up with the story itself, and then I passed the stories on.
Yeah, and then for me, the kids got their stories and their prompts, and they did kind of like a bunch of rough draft images, like what the character would look like, and they did some critiques with each other of how these should be changed according to the stories. And I feel like about 2 weeks to then illustrate each one, and then we passed it to her graphic design class.
And then they kind of took the images and cleaned them up and then added the words to it, and we talk about layout and how things fit well together on a page, and how much should be on one page in order to be visually interesting. And then we colorize the first page, because in a coloring book you usually get a little sample of how it should look on the first page, and then we put it all together.
Yeah.
Was there any conflict between the writers and the artists? Perhaps the artists did not really get what they were going for, or something?
No, we just gave them the stories and said, "Have at it."
No.
Yeah, just go.
There was some tweaking at the end, but I'm sure. I would love to. It's so much fun for the kids to take words and bring them to life.
Yeah.
And to take, and work together with your kids and take something that you read every day and be able to visualize it. And that's something that's difficult for kids, because how do you visually depict something, a story? Is it going to be scary, funny? What kind of animals? In this whole make-believe, and they can be as creative as they want. So that's the cool part about seeing what's kind of evolved on the page.
Because you had to like create
Yeah.
that character completely, right? Because like explain the story and like what you had to.
I mean, basically, the Jumbo Mumbo is like a town filled of like happy, fun guys, and then like they basically get like cell phones that are like life size, and everybody's on their phones rather than playing around. And then like this older guy comes around and he's like, "Hey, let's play with some rope," and then they're all back to being fun and everything.
And that's actually based on a Dr. Seuss story, like book that we read, that gave Tom the inspiration to write the Jumbo Mumbo. So when you read it, the text itself is very Dr. Seuss-esque, very playful, whimsical language. So.
And are you guys all artists, or were you writers too?
all artists.
So this was fun. You guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Was it anything specifically like especially challenging about about doing this?
Just coming up with what the character looks like in the first place.
Or then like recreating your character, because once you like master it on one page, then you go, oh no, now I have to recreate it on another, and another, and another. Yeah, like they all can't just be standing like this, like they have to be doing things.
And this is like a professional experience, right? I mean, like this is what illustrators do. I mean, they take someone else's, or maybe it's their idea, but it's probably somebody else's idea,
Yeah.
and they have to figure out how to convey, you know,
Yeah.
whatever
and
everything.
knowing like that whatever it is that you're making is going off to somebody else to then go and take that idea and like who owns it, like what's the authorship of it, you know, and how it changes along the way too. It's like, yeah, that was really interesting because it was so sectioned off, but that's a lot how it is too. You know, you lose the authorship once you become part of this like collaborative process. You know?
And from the looks of it, it seems like the stories themselves, the integrity is still there,
Yeah.
which is really
Yeah.
cool to see the finished product. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really neat to see the characters evolve because the stories are so great and the characters are so interesting. Nothing really looks the same. Everything's kind of different, and just to have all these original ideas down on paper is really cool.